Sterile Bass Kicking Adventures. Getting ready to do a little bit of bass fishing today, and I am going down here to my lake, and you can't really see it through the woods. About 30 yards through them trees right there, I can see it, but you probably can't see it through this camera. The water is in great condition. About 90 degrees. It's about 5:30 in the evening. No clouds, no wind. And I'm going to be using my Lifetime Tamarack kayak. And I just made a video a couple weeks ago about this seat upgrade that I did, and I raised the seat up a little bit. It's on a swivel now. So it's going to be interesting to see how, how that seat does with it sitting up so much higher. Got the kayak dolly. Got to have that because I'm getting ready to walk through some rough terrain to get to the water. But it's not too far of a walk. I mean, there's my shop, and I got 30 to 40 yards to walk, so it's not too bad. And guys, I couldn't be happier with this seat adjustment that I made. Super stable, no concerns at all, and it's just so much more comfortable. I mean, before I was sitting on the bottom of the kayak, and now I don't know how good you can see, but my legs are actually bent like sitting in a regular chair. So nice. Worked out much better than I expected. I mean, I thought for sure it would decrease the stability to some degree, but I mean, it's perfect. So guys, it don't matter what kayak you have, you should try this. Run you a piece of board across from left to right of your kayak, mount a seat swivel on it, put you a nice comfortable seat on there, and I didn't really bring a whole lot of extra tackle, but by me doing this, if you saw my upgrade video, I've even got room to slide small tackle boxes underneath the seat now. And when you're fishing in a small kayak, any extra room that you can create, that's a huge plus. I am blown away of how much more comfortable this is. I've only lived in this house for going on 4 months, and obviously there's a lot to do when you're moving, so I haven't been able to fish that much. But I've about got all that settled in as far as things to do at the house and getting my shop set up the way that I want it. So hopefully I can get out here and fish more and try to figure these fish out a little more, because right now the only thing that I've really had any luck on is rubber worms. I hooked that one big one, if you saw the video, I hooked that one big one off a chatterbait, and he got off right at the kayak. I didn't have my net with me that day. But other than that, it's just been rubber worms. I haven't got a bite on anything else. Well, I did catch a small one off the top water. Right there's a school shad right in front of me. And then there's a big school shad over there where that tree's hanging over the water. Dang, this looks so good. Well, looks like this might be the end of the creek right here. Let me tell you one thing. If I was in Florida right now, I wouldn't be back here in the back of this creek like this in this 10-foot kayak. I can promise you that shit. Damn alligators would be looking at me like I'm dinner. The hell was that? Dang. The hell was that? I mean, there's a daggone fish back here. It's got a little bit of size to him. I mean, it's a perfect spot for a gar to be. And there are gar in here. Another deer back behind me here. Yeah, you guys that fish places like this where there's alligators, I don't know how you do it. I mean, I know what people say. They're not going to mess with you. But that don't mean it wouldn't be scary to, you know, if we're right here, right in front of me on the bank, a 12-foot alligator be sitting there looking at me in this little boat. You know what I'm saying? That'd be a little scary. Dang, guys. I can't even touch the bottom with this paddle. Still plenty deep for fish. Dude, something just snapped my 30-pound braid. Good little creek channel there. Good gracious. There we go. Alright. Well, I kind of got lucky with that, guys. Because as you, hold on, guy. Hold on. Because as you can see, there's part of my reel. The daggone handle came off my reel. And I saw something fly over that way and splash. Well, there's my reel handle. So I guess it was the nut that came off, and that's what I saw splash. Good thing I got 2 reels today. And obviously I'm getting ready to weigh him and tie a rubber worm on my other SLX. Guy, just calm down for a second. I'll take good care of you. I'm gonna say 3 pounds on that baby. Alright guys, look at that. 4.2 pounds. Nice. Right. There you go, guy. Alright. That made my night right there. And I'm sure I can just go to Amazon and get the nut that I need for my reel here. Actually, looks like there's I don't know, I ain't worried about it right now. Looks like there's another piece that I'm gonna need also. Well, one thing for sure. Yeah, well, I mean, that's one thing for damn sure. That was a nice bass. That was a good fighting bass. But I had to work for that guy. I mean, I was really starting to believe that I was going to get skunked today. But look where I caught him, right here in the mouth of this creek. I'll be honest with you guys, it's worked out pretty daggone good time-wise. Because I've got about 45 minutes left. And it just so happens that I end up right here at the lily pads. And it looks like I lost 2 things off my SLX. I lost this nut right here that holds the handle on, and then this tension knob screw came off too. They might be in my kayak, but I know for a fact that I saw something splash over here to my right when I was reeling that fish in. When I say splash, it was about the size of either one of those pieces. Got him. Oh my God. Alright guys, I don't know what's going on with my braid here. I mean, he took it and I felt him. I mean, it felt like a good sized fish. But they should not be breaking 30-pound braid. What is going on? And I know how to tie a knot. Palomar knot. What the hell? I saw him move, I threw the worm on his head. He picked it up and took off. Like, I felt a really strong pull. But again, I don't care how big he is, he shouldn't be breaking this line. Well, I found another color they like, that's for damn sure. I think that's called watermelon something. Can't remember the full name, but it's watermelon something. There's one. Damn catfish. What the hell? Alright guys, calm down. Dang. Dang, something just took off right there. Holy crap. Guys, I don't think this is a catfish. Get a closer look at this. I think oh, really? Get a closer look at this damn thing. I don't think it's a catfish. I think it's a damn bowfin. And if it is a bowfin, then I had no idea they were around here. That's a bowfin. Sure is. That's the first one I've ever caught. Dang, look at the teeth on this thing. Yep. Check that out, guys. Bowfin. I know you can't see it, but he got all these tiny little teeth that's pointed in. Boy, he would do some damage if you got your finger in there. I ain't even gonna worry about weighing him. He's somewhere between 3 to 4 pounds. That is crazy. And I think there was another one with him, because when I reeled him in, something splashed right beside the boat and took off that way. Well, that could answer. Matter of fact, I guarantee you that is the answer why my braided line snapped twice. Daggone bowfin. Tell you what, people usually complain when they catch one of them bowfins, but that was a fighting daggone fish. And since I don't keep fish, you know, I'm just doing it for the fight. I ain't got no problem catching them fish. Well, guys, I know you know this, but maybe there's one or two of you that don't know it. If you're fishing somewhere, a river, lake, pond, whatever, and there's a creek that's coming into that body of water, you definitely want to fish right there. I love fishing rivers, and I love finding where a decent sized creek is running into that river. I was wondering if I was even going to be able to make a video, and I was like, You know, I think I'm gonna make a video because I was talking about how comfortable this seat is, and I thought it was pretty back there in the creek, and I was already like, well, even if I don't catch a fish, I think I'm gonna go ahead and make a video. And normally, got one right here, swimming right towards the boat. Damn it! He didn't feel like a big one anyways. Normally I don't get skunked. Very rarely do I get skunked. But if I do get skunked, unless something really cool happens during the fishing trip, I'm not going to post it. Nobody wants to watch it. But I was going to post this one if I got skunked, just because of the, you know, to me, as pretty as that creek was over there. Because fishing, for me, I mean, I'll be lying if I say I don't want to catch fish, but it's also about the whole adventure. You know, what did I see? What did I experience on the trip? And sometimes the adventure can be, you know, more fun than the catching a fish. Today I got lucky and was able to do both. And I'm seeing something move over there right now at the mouth of that creek. I might have to get going pretty soon, daggone. Technically, I could just leave the kayak down at the water. Ain't nobody gonna mess with it. Guys, I ain't gonna lie to you, if it wasn't for this upgrade I did on my kayak, my ass would be so sore right now it wouldn't be funny. My back would be sore. So, it was a serious game changer, that's for sure. Alright guys, I'm gonna let you ride back with the camera on to see if we see anything interesting. But just in case if my battery dies or anything, I'm just gonna tell you that I appreciate you guys that are watching, supporting the channel. I appreciate you. And if somebody's watching that hasn't watched my channel before, if you like what you watched, please consider subscribing. And I hope things are going well for everybody. And just remember, if you're going through a hard time, it's not going to last. We all go through the good and the bad times. So just hang in there, keep fighting, and everything will work out just fine. Now guys, I've got an upper end kayak with foot control, trolling motor. 2 people can fish out of it. I've got an elevated bass boat seat in it. It's decked out pretty nice. And you know, it depends on where I'm going, I'll use that boat. But there's times and places that you need a small boat like this. That's why I got this boat. And I couldn't be happier. You can find these Lifetime Tamarack boats on Marketplace for probably the cheapest I've seen. It's 150 bucks. and you know, somewhere between 150 to 300, but you can get it brand new for about 300, so you don't want to buy a used one unless you can get it for about 200 or less. But guys, if you need a little budget kayak, I highly recommend this boat. I mean, I'm sitting up in an elevated seat, just caught 2 nice sized fish, good fighting fish. Never once did I think the boat was going to flip over. Oh guys, that's another good thing about that seat right there. Getting out, I've got that swivel on it. You can just turn the seat around and step out. That is so much easier. Good God. Alright, everybody say a prayer for me that I don't step on a copperhead. That is my only concern. And to be honest with you, that's always a daggone concern, because you can't see the little bastards. It's another good thing about living where I live is not having to deal with cottonmouths, because this is a spot that it looks like there would definitely be one. Alright, here comes the fun part.